now on the third commandment. Yesterday, I did the second commandment. And the third commandment says, you shall not take the Lord's name in vain. It's in Exodus 20, verse 7. So it's just like, don't use the Lord's name for selfish reasons. Like, as I wrote down, you can't use the Lord's name to harm other people. For example, God made me do it. If God didn't make you do it, don't say God made you do it, because that's saying the Lord's name in vain. You're taking His name in vain. And if you kill people in the name of God too. So, you know how there's some religious groups who, like, they take people and they harm them and kill them and those stuff in the name of the Lord, when it's not in the name of the Lord. I was watching a video. There was a street preacher that was preaching at a Christmas parade, and then this lady came up to him and told him to stop preaching because God told her to tell him to stop preaching. Because he was preaching the gospel. So that's an obvious lie. Like, how could God tell you to tell someone to stop preaching the gospel? I don't believe that. And using His name as a curse word. Using His name as a curse word is saying it in vain. Calling His name out because you're surprised and you're doing it as an expression. If you do that, you're calling it out in vain, because you're not really calling it out to Him. You're just calling it out just because. And in Matthew 5:33 to 37. Wait. It's Matthew 5, not 33. Matthew 5:33 to 37, saying you should not make any oaths by God's name or His creations. So Matthew 5, verse 33 to 37 says, ooh, are you serious right now? Okay. Again, you have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not swear falsely, but shall perform your oaths to the Lord. But I say to you, do not swear at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by the earth, for it is His footstool, nor by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. Nor shall you swear by your head, because you cannot make one hair white or black. But let your yes be yes, and your no be no. For whatever is more than these is from the evil one. So, yeah, basically saying by God or on God, those could be saying the Lord's name in vain as well. And also, it said that, in Exodus 20, verse 7, right here, it said, you shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes His name in vain. So if you get in trouble for using His name in vain, like you claim He told you to do this, but He didn't, and you get in trouble for that, you're on your own, but He doesn't do that for you. Yeah, He's not going to help you in that trouble because you use His name in vain. So, basically just don't use the Lord's name in vain. You can't, and this too, you need to be able to distinguish between your voice, the enemy's voice, and God's voice. Because there's some voices that will tell you to do something, but you have to know which one is which, because that too, you could think you heard God's voice and then say, God told me to do this, but that voice wasn't God. So we need to be able to distinguish it, and we will be able to do that if we read the Bible, because the Bible describes the Lord's voice a bunch of times, clearly, in fact. So yes, that's it.